A right-wing Trump super PAC is pretending to be a news site, seriously, to push, quote, news out onto Facebook. Check it out, leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. It is getting very, very strange out there. For example, there is one of Trump's super PACs, it's called America First Action, has launched a website that looks like a news website. It's called the American Herald, and they claim that, they are a news website. It's american-herald.com if you want to check it out. And now, I'm not trying to promote it. I don't think most of our listeners and viewers are going to be living over there, but you can just see what's going on here. And this news platform now is being used to position, quote, news stories that can be pushed into social media, particularly Facebook. News stories that make it look like, Trump is the savior of America and everybody else is evil. It's pretty breathtaking. And they have spent tens of millions of dollars on the presidential's, on Trump's re-election campaign so far. This is, frankly, I think an ominous sign. He's got much of the media cowed, and where he doesn't have the media cowed, he's creating his own media. Basically, what would you call it? State-run media? Meanwhile, we're seeing, assaults here in Portland. The allegation, they haven't confirmed it, so the guy's name hasn't been released, but the allegation is that there's a local right-winger who's a former Navy SEAL who threw an IED at anti-Trump protesters last night in Portland. And, an improvised explosive device, a pipe bomb. It's breathtaking what's going on. And not being condemned from the White House or by anybody, any consequential Republican. Meanwhile, over in New Zealand, yesterday I reported that they had gone 100 days without a new case of coronavirus. They had 23 active cases in the entire nation. All of them were in quarantine, and to the best of their knowledge, all of them had been people who got off planes from other countries in the last few months, the last 3 months. Well, the good news ended last night. Jacinda Ardern, the New Zealand Prime Minister, announced that one family, one household, just tested positive, 3 people in that household in New Zealand. So they had gone 102 days without a single new case, and the entire nation. This could be us, by the way, if we had taken this as seriously back in January as New Zealand did. This could be us. New Zealanders are going to soccer matches and filling the stands. New Zealanders the bars and restaurants are fully open. The economy is back to normal, by and large, in New Zealand. Has been for months. But yesterday they announced that this one family had 3 coronavirus cases. So after 3 months, they've got one family with 3 cases. They have no idea how this family got this virus. They have not been traveling. They have locked down most of the country for the next 3 days until they figure out where the hell this virus came from so that they can do something about it. Now, that's a country that cares about its people. Here in the United States, we were sort of moving in that direction until April 7th. Back in the last weeks of March and the first week of April, Jared Kushner and his buddies in the White House actually had come up with a plan, a federal plan using federal dollars to test people, to push out testing equipment, to use the Defense Production Act to require the manufacture of testing kits, to get masks out to everyone. I mean, there was going to be a strong federal response to this. It was based in large part on the old handbook that the Obama administration left. And then came April 7th, and on April 7th, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and all the news agencies all across America reported for the very first time that the majority of deaths were happening among African Americans and Hispanics. And at that moment, at that point, as Vanity Fair has revealed in detail, Donald Trump and Jared Kushner and their buddies apparently sat down in the White House and said, hey, This is just killing black people, and it's only happening in blue states with Democratic governors and cities with Democratic mayors. Why are we trying to do anything about this? Let's just let it destroy them. This will work to our benefit politically. And thus, the entire program, the entire federal program in the United States to do something about this got deep-sixed, got killed. And to this day, we've got, no federal program. We don't even have good federal reporting. The hospitals used to report their statistics to the Centers for Disease Control. This goes back to the 1950s. Trump said, no, you're going to report it to Health and Human Services, and Health and Human Services isn't even going to handle it. I got a billionaire buddy. He's got a company, a data company. They're going to handle it. I think it's called Telelogic. It's something like that. And this private for-profit company that got a no-bid contract has totally screwed it up, or maybe they've done it exactly the way the Trump administration wanted. So even hospitals can't get good information anymore, much less state public health departments, much less, and probably most importantly from Trump's point of view, the media, the news agencies. Do you think he's going to pull this off? We'll be back with your calls after this.